Okay, so this is The Kingdom Strikes Back, pages 1 and 2. Many people think of the Bible as if it were a storybook. It's a collection of stories about all kinds of people, from poor old ladies to wealthy kings, and from prophets who could call down fire from heaven to donkeys that talked. But the Bible is really more like a single story, a novel. Instead of hundreds of characters, it really has only two main characters from Genesis to Revelation. Do you know who those characters are and what the story is about? You may have seen a movie in which, before the action takes place, a few paragraphs of text go up on the screen telling you what happened up until now, before our story begins. Dr. Ralph Winter said that that's what the Bible's first 11 chapters are all about. Genesis 1 through 11 tells what happened up to the point where the real story begins. It tells about a God, Yahweh, who created the world. The world, we are told, was a good place to live. Besides the world and all the plants and animals, Yahweh also created human beings. He wanted them to care for his world and to be his friends. But then a rebellious, evil power, Satan, came into the world to ruin it and to destroy the relationship Yahweh had established with his friends, Adam and Eve. Satan told a lie, and Adam and Eve believed him. Because they believed Satan, they disobeyed Yahweh. And as soon as they did that, they became Satan's slaves. At the same time Satan enslaved Adam and Eve, he also subjected the world to frustration. He made everything begin to decay and fall to pieces. They say that in Romans 8, verses 20 through 21. Yahweh, who had at first said the world was very good, now cursed the world. And instead of enjoying a wonderful relationship with Adam and Eve, he kicked them out of the beautiful garden in which he had placed them. The introduction goes on for another 8 chapters, telling how bad things came to be as a result of what happened at the very beginning. But then, beginning in Genesis 12 and continuing through to the end of the Bible, in fact, right on through the end of history, we read the rest of the story, the real story, the story of The Kingdom Strikes Back. Thus the title of this very little book. See, it's a very little book. The Bible is a great action adventure, and it's also a wonderful love story. Satan launched an astonishingly successful attack against Yahweh's kingdom. The Bible is the story of how Yahweh gets it back. It tells how Yahweh retakes control of the world. It also tells how he frees his human friends from slavery and eventually marries them. What is Yahweh's plan? How does he achieve his goal? That's where the story of The Kingdom Strikes Back really begins. Not counting the introduction, the story of The Kingdom Strikes Back has lasted about 4,000 years. It can be broken into 10 major chapters, each about 400 years long. Half of these chapters tell about things that occurred before Jesus came to earth. Half tell about things that happened after. In the pages that follow, we will spend most of our time looking at the story after Jesus came, particularly from the perspective of people who live in the western part of the world, Europe and the Americas. But to give us some background, it may be helpful to look very briefly at the 5 chapters that tell us the story before Jesus. Okay, and like I said, this is a very short book, 26 pages, so we'll be kind of zipping through this.